Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Jacob Bind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Jacob Bind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Jacob Bind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Hello everyone. What is going on? Welcome to the broadcast. My name is Jacob Bind, and this is your Channel for Grace. Thank you guys so much for being here live and being in the chat, and thank you to those of you that are watching the replay. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get notified of when I go live and when I upload videos. We've got some awesome stuff coming up for you guys. I got a new show coming up starting next week that I'm gonna share a little bit about today with you. But how is everybody feeling? Dude, Leo is just I think it's my favorite energy, mostly because I have a Leo moon, and every time there's a Leo new moon or full moon, it's just like, wow! I just freaking love it. It really brings out the best, I think, in me. So I'm gonna just take a minute to say hi to everybody in the chat. I can't see it from that far away, so let's bring it up a little closer. Hello, everyone. Hello, Wendy. Thank you for being here and moderating. Hello, Shari. Hello, Chris. Thank you for being here and moderating. Hello, Rosie. Hello, Veronica. Hello, Abby, Taria, Kelly. How's it going? Christina, Nelly. Thank you guys for being here. Greetings, Stacy. Yes, this is an exciting, and Sheila's here too. Sparky, how's it going? Shannon. Stories from the Lion's Mane. Chandra Sangha is in here. Hello. Yay, you were at Michael's. Going wild. Oh my God, that sounds like fun. Christina G, welcome in. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Yes, and you know exactly where, the idea came for the glasses. Rosie, I sound far away to you. Is anybody else having audio issues? Jess, welcome in. Anne, hello. Oh my God, you guys. Leo moon here too. Yes, Chrissy, I love that. Yeah, thank you guys all for being here. Hello, Steph. Hello, Laura. Yeah, okay, so we're going to talk about this full moon that's happening. And it is a full moon, so you have to remember that, this is some epic energies. Full moon in Leo is no joke. It is like an activation of our heart center. And I know you guys can feel it because I'm feeling it, and I'm really sensitive to the energies. I had to put the volume up a little bit, but the volume is good. It's a little bit difficult to hear you. Okay. It sounds like it's good to me. Maybe I can turn it up a little bit. Anybody else? Sounds dampened. And then Wendy says no no audio issues. Interesting. Let's put that down. Let me do a little bit of troubleshooting for a second. I might just need to... Okay, let's try this. I'm going to put it up a little bit more. And how about now? Is that any better, you guys? Let me know. Hello, Julene. How's it going? Hello, Divine Energy. Welcome in. Sound is funny. Why is that? God, that's so annoying. I had to turn it up. All information on where to sign up is in the description. Yes, it's better. Yes, I hear now. Yes, better. So much so. Sounds much better. The sound is perfect. Thank you, Chandra. Okay, good. Loud and clear. Okay, awesome. Thank you, guys. Woohoo! So I just turned it up a little bit, and hopefully that will stay that way for all the broadcasts. Thank you guys for letting me know. Definitely want the sound to work really, really well. So before we get started, so today's show, is anybody new to this astrology videos? I know I've been hanging around on MeWe, that social media app, and putting my information and joining groups and stuff. So I know there's a few people that are encountering me for the first time. So there may be some new people here in watching this video and in the chat. So if you are, let us know that you're here for the first time. This is a very welcoming community. And if you want to interact in the chat, it'll be a really beautiful thing to get to know you a little bit better. And I also, in case you guys don't know, MeWe is now where you can find me in terms of social media. I have basically the account that I used to have on IG. I switched it over to MeWe. You can find the page. It's at Channel for Grace on MeWe, and that's where I post my daily astrological insights. I also transfer the group Channel for Grace Starseed Soul Tribe onto MeWe as well. So if you want to join that group, it's a place where we can connect with each other outside of the YouTube videos. That's another awesome opportunity. And so I wanted to let you guys know about that in case you didn't. And aloha. It's so hard to read the chat from down there. I have to bring it up closer. Hello from El Paso. Hello, Sherry. Welcome in. Arizona, welcome you with a little snow. Dude, I love the snow, Julene. And I went to take some pictures, and it's just so beautiful right now. Hello, Connor. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Okay, so a couple of announcements before we officially go into the content of this video, which is all about the astrology of the epic full moon in Leo, which is happening tomorrow at 12 something p.m. Pacific, and I think it's Mountain Time, and then 2 something p.m. Eastern Time. That's when the full moon is actually gonna be the fullest, and the energy is gonna feel really intense. So I think because it's happening during the day, we're gonna see a lot of crazy stuff. We know that every time there is a full moon, the energy is expanded, our emotions are expanded, everything gets heightened, intuition gets heightened, and it's really this culmination energy of all the energy that has been building up with the moon to get to a point, and especially being in Leo, is whoa, that's why I called it Let It Roar, because this full moon is extra special. But I will be talking about that in a moment. I want to share with you guys some really awesome stuff that is happening. So the first thing, I think there's 5 things I need to share. So patience, please. These are all awesome stuff, though. So the first thing is that this weekend, on the 30th of January, it is Saturday, at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, I'm doing a special winter season webinar. I do this every season. And I cover the astrology for the whole season. The last webinar that we had covered a little bit into the winter. So now I'm starting from January and moving all the way until March 20th. So if you're curious about what are the next astrological transits that are coming up, how can I prepare for them? How are they going to affect me personally? And how are they going to affect the collective? I think people love this webinar because it really gives you insight into like what's going to be coming up into the future. So that's happening this weekend. You can sign up. There's a link in the description and it's only $22. It's live. It's live on Zoom. Then I record it and I upload it onto my course platform, which is where I host all of my courses. And that's where you can watch the replay. So if you can't make it to that time, totally cool. You can still sign up for it and you'll be able to watch the replay as long as that's uploaded onto the channel. That's the first announcement. So I'm really excited about that. I've been preparing for it. And dude, like 2021, okay? 2021. So the next announcement is that, drum roll please, I actually finally caught up with the podcast. Okay, in case you guys didn't know, and I know there's a lot of new people, I do have a podcast. It's called Channel for Grace Uncut Podcast. And the goal is to release one episode every full moon and every new moon. But as you know, I went through this crazy move. I moved from Oregon to Arizona. I'm finally settled and also actually, catching up on stuff. But I finally got around to recording episode 10 of the podcast, and it goes out tomorrow. And it is called The Magic of Venus. And I talk about all the special qualities that Venus holds in astrology and her phases, as well as her retrogrades, what it all means. Because Venus has this sacred geometry that she, creates for in her orbit. And I actually teach about this. I have a module, one of the Aquarian astrology modules, module 5, which is available for purchase. I talk about everything that has to do with Venus. And this is special because if you've always been intrigued to learn about like the 5-pointed star and the star points and the 13 phases of Venus, this is something that is actually it's captivating. When you start getting into it, it's mind-blowing, the perfection of Venus. And she's been known in many, many cultures as the goddess of love and beauty, also the goddess of war. In the Mayans, we see it. In the ancient, Babylonians and the Sumerians, there's always a goddess that represents her energy and resembles the cycle that she makes in the sky astrologically. So I talk about this in the episode that will come out tomorrow. If you're not on my email list, make sure you get on my email list. You can do it by downloading the Free Moon Astrology Guide in the description of this video. That gets you on my email list and you get a free guide. And then you get the notifications for when I put out episodes. You get my Moon Magic report that goes out every week. So I'm really excited about that. I know there seems to be a little bit issue with the connection. I apologize, you guys. If you can hear me okay, let me know. It looks like it's coming back. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to continue because it looks like it's coming back. So hopefully, usually you can still hear me. The internet thing is something that I'm trying to still figure out. Okay. So that's what's happening tomorrow. That's what's coming up. And the reason I did this episode says YouTube not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming, as such viewers will experience buffering. Are you guys experiencing that or are you good? Let me bring the chat a little closer. Love the podcast. Okay. If it's good, it's good. All right. So that's exciting because next week I am actually starting a new show. And the new show is called The Magic of Venus. And it's going to be a show where my sister and I, Chandra Sangha, she's actually in the chat if you want to follow her as well. But the show is actually all about Venus relationships, but Aquarian relationships. So the kind of relationships that are going to take us into the future. No problems here. Sounds video good here. Occasional buffering, says Anne. It's good. Okay, you guys keep updating me on what's happening with the connection, because it looks like it's going crazy over here. But the show is gonna be all about giving you astrological insight regarding the planet Venus, the magic of Venus, where she's at in the sky, whether she's retrograde or direct, what phase she's in, how that affects us collectively and also individually, as well as we're going to go through each of the zodiac signs and tell you how this is affecting you based off of your sun, your moon, and your rising. I know, I'm really excited about it because I see a lot of people love the, relationship readings, and I wonder if it's my iPad, relationship readings and things like that. And I wanted to give it a little twist. I wanted to actually make sure that we're talking about ascended relationships, moving into the future of Aquarian relationships. And that's something that's really important to me and that I am really passionate about talking about. So that's happening starting next week on the 3rd. So be on the lookout for that. That's going to be really fun. Oh yeah, sounds awesome. Very cool. Yeah. So super excited, says Kelly. I love it. So we got some fun things planned for that show as well. Wow, this is like crazy video. Can you guys still hear me okay? Because it's going crazy for me. I wonder if let me try switching the connection maybe to something else, and we can continue. So, okay. The next announcement, so we're almost done with announcements. The next announcement is the Moon Goddess training. Let me know in the chat if you're actually signed up for the Moon Goddess training. I would love to show everybody and your excitement about it, because I am super excited about it. The Moon Goddess training is a program that continues, that happens only once a year. Last year, I think I did it in January. This year, we're starting in February 11th, with the new moon in Aquarius. So that's a big deal. This new moon is huge. It's a huge activation. We're actually preparing for it with this full moon in Leo, and it's getting us ready for the next new moon. Yeah, Julene says she signed up. Sparky, that's great. If you have done the Moon Goddess training before, you can sign up again. But some of the things that we are going to cover in this Moon Goddess training is I'm going to teach you about all of the phases of the moon. That's like the basic information, because understanding the phases of the moon is a big part of understanding the goddess and understanding how you embody the goddess in your life and how to work with the magic of the moon. Another thing that we cover is things like empowerment, knowing how to take care of yourself. We also cover the 13 moon centers, which are literal centers on your body that affect you in certain ways. And every 2.5 days, we cycle through these centers and we change our energy. And that's why, as women, I think we feel like we're always changing and always flowing, and it's difficult to understand why that's happening. This gives you the answer as to why that's happening and how to navigate through that energy. I love that. Teria says she signed up too. The other thing that's exciting, that's new, that I haven't done before is I'm going to teach you, there's a lot more astrology in this one. I'm going to teach you how to find goddess markings in your chart by using Venus, by using the asteroids, by using the hidden planet Eris and Ophiuchus as well, who is the 13th sign in the zodiac, which is ruled by the goddess because it's the number 13 and that's the number of the goddess. And I also am going to teach you how to basically do magic spells, not in like a witchy kind of way, unless that's what you're down with, but more in like a manifesting in your life with the fixed stars. So every time the moon hovers over a fixed star, that's a portal that opens for us to activate magic. And I'm going to teach you where those portals are and how to find them. So very, very exciting about that. I know there's a few questions. The price for right now is $108, and it will go up in a few days. And so I think tomorrow is the deadline. So you want to make sure, if you want to get that price, you want to sign up for 108, and it'll go up to 222. So make sure that you guys sign up as soon as possible if you're interested in doing this program. If you have questions, just you can comment on this video. Honestly, I check all my comments all the time. Original says, I have 5 planets in Aquarius: Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter. You do? Holy moly. You're going through your Jupiter return. Baby. Super excited for it, says Jess. What do we need to do to sign up again? I sent an email out. If you haven't received that, check your junk folder. But basically, you have to join the MeWe group. It's called Moon Goddess Training on MeWe, and just write alumni on there, and you're pretty much in. And I'll be sending the link to the Zoom when we go live. Who here has a testimony for Jai to put on her website? Oh, thank you, Chris. Yes, I am looking for people to, if you've had a reading with me or if you've done a course with me, to send me just a short, like, it doesn't have to be super long, few sentences, a short paragraph of your experience working with me. That would be amazing. I'm looking for those for anybody that would like to submit one. And all you have to do is just send it to my email, which is jaigobend@channelforgrace.guru. Hello, Amber. How's it going? Julene, ooh, I had a fucus in my starseed reading. Yes, it does sound amazing. I never knew that I was born on August 13th. Oh, that's cool. And I'm unreasonably excited for this. So am I, you guys. It's really amazing. Thank you to the moderators for helping out, you guys. Definitely look it up. And it is the exciting program of the year. You don't want to miss it. Okay. As always, if you're interested in finding out what your starseed markings are, or your starseed origins are, or if you're ready, if you've already done the starseed reading and you want to receive the activation, you want me to record like an actual audio file, a journey, an astral travel journey for you to activate your starseed mission, then you can also sign up for that on my website. It's channelforgrace.guru, but all the links are in the description of this video. And that covers all of the announcements. Thank you guys for being patient with me as we got through that information. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to change the screen and share the iPad, and give me 1 second. You guys should still be able to hear me. Yeah, it's super amazing. You learn so much. Like, it's such an amazing experience, because you also get to connect with other women that are on the journey too. That's why I love the Moon Goddess Training. It always creates friendships and communities, and it's just beautiful. It just really is. All right, so where I want to go is actually here. And I believe if we go to the end, I have it ready for you. This is the chart for the full moon in Leo. So if you've never watched this before, this is a great opportunity for you to learn some astrology as well. So I'm going to stop looking at the chat, and I'm just going to focus on giving you this information. And here we go. So the first thing that we want to talk about, to know that this is a full moon, all you have to look at is the relationship between the sun and the moon in the chart. And the sun and the moon are always opposing when there is a full moon. So you've got sun, moon, and then the opposition. And you know it's exact because they're both at the same degrees. You've got sun at 9 degrees, moon at 9 degrees. They're exactly opposing, and that's how we know it's a full moon. So what does Leo represent? Leo is all about self-expression. Leo is about love. Leo is about the loyalty of your heart. He's the lion. It's the king. It's the queen. It is, Leo is ruled by the energy of the sun. So, and why this is significant is because the sun represents fixed fire, first of all. the element of fixed fire. And what does the sun do? The sun is our star. The sun always shines. It never goes dark. It never stops shining its light. And that's why Leo rules the energy of the sun, because that's what Leo is. It wants to shine out. It wants to love. The sun in astrology represents our soul. So this is our inner passion. This is who we are at a deep level. And when we are connected to this energy, when we have any Leo placements, you'll notice you want to have fun. You want to, play. You want to, it's about passion. It's about creativity. And all of these energies are activated by this sign. And this element of fixed fire, it doesn't die. The eternal flame that never dies. And that's why whenever we have a new moon in Leo or a full moon in Leo, it's powerful energy for us to activate, for us to tap into. And like I said, when you have Leo placements, it becomes extra powerful. So what is this, full moon doing? The full moon is it's over here, and it's a little bit by itself. It's out here, like, everything else, if you can see it, is kind of, in this stellium. And it's so concentrated on the opposite side of the moon that it becomes very difficult for the moon to express itself, because everything is opposing it. So this means that the moon has to literally roar to be heard. The lion has to roar to be heard. That's why I titled this video, Let It Roar. Because the moon is saying, hey, listen to me. You guys can't get anything done without my love. You guys can't move forward into the future without my light. You need my light. Don't forget that I'm here. This is all of us. We are the moon right now. And this is where we need to stand up for what we believe in, for what we love, for what we desire the most in our lives, and stand up against all of these energies that are asking us to merge with everyone else, pretend that we're the same as everybody else, and we're not. Leo is very unique. Leo is very different, and Leo wants to stand out. And that is what really this moon is about. So it has to rebel against this, because that is its nature. And the real lesson is that we can only truly move forward in the Aquarian age and with Aquarian relationships if we know who we are first, if we know what we love, if we know what we truly desire, who we are, and are able to express our true light that must shine through from within. The moon, this moon, is preceding the Aquarius new moon that we're going to have in 2 weeks. Remember, every 2 weeks a new moon, every 2 weeks a full moon. So first, we have to know ourselves. And that is what this moon is teaching us. We have to know where we stand. We have to know all of these things related to our heart space. And then we'll be ready for Aquarian relationships. So without the essence, without the heart, and the whole system fails. And this is the key to the Aquarian age in general, that we are all individuals, and it is our individuality that makes us a beautiful humanity. If we deny our individuality, our heart, the whole system dies. The heart is saying, don't forget about me. I am what makes this whole thing work. So that's the essence of it. But the moon is not just opposing all that Aquarius energy. The moon is also making a trine to Chiron. And Chiron is the wounded healer and the golden healer. So he teaches you how to heal your wounds. But then once you heal, you are now embodied. You are now empowered. You are now in your full essence. And so when the moon trines Chiron, this is always an activation of healing, but also of alchemy and of magic. When the moon trines Chiron, the moon's psychic powers are heightened. And that's what's happening with this trine. There's also something else going on here that's pretty significant. And it is a T-square in the sky. So the moon is squaring this Taurus energy, Mars and Uranus. It is also squaring, right? This energy is also squaring basically the whole stellium, but mostly the degrees close to it. So Saturn, Sun, and Jupiter. And then we just talked about the opposition to the moon. T-squares are challenges. They challenge us to grow. They challenge us to figure things out. And the reason this T-square is so dense is because you're talking about fixed fire, squaring fixed earth, Taurus, squaring fixed air. All of these things are really stubborn energies. Nobody wants to change. Nobody wants to move. No, everybody wants to do it their own way. No, like that, you know what I'm saying? Like the fixed energies all squaring each other and opposing each other is like, dude, you know, how are we going to proceed if nobody wants to work together? If one person wants to do it this way, if another person wants to do it that way, and if another person wants to do it that way. So the goal is to work through those challenges that appear in our lives, work through those challenges that show up for ourselves individually, but also ourselves as a collective. And we have to remember too that Mars and Uranus, and from a higher perspective, Mars and Uranus in Taurus are the rebels, and they're ready to shake things up. And they're the ones challenging us to make the change, to make the shift. Let me know if you can still hear me. Unfortunately, there's a couple of things going on here that makes it interesting. Mars, who is in Taurus, is actually what we call in fall position. And Uranus doesn't really necessarily like being in, can you guys still hear me? And now it says literally no data. I'm going to stop talking until I know that you guys can actually hear me. There's my system says it's just like going up and down and up and down. It's kind of a little haywire. But you know what? Mercury is also about to go retrograde and it's getting kind of crazy. I think we're back. So I'm going to keep going, but I'm waiting for confirmation from you guys to let me know what's going on. But Mars is, you know, in fall position and Uranus doesn't really like being in Taurus. Yes. What did I ask you guys? You can hear us? Oh, you can hear me? Okay. So, okay. So, you know, what happens is that Taurus energy, which is the fixed air sign, makes things move slow. But the deeper meaning of it is that it will take change to the deepest, most solid parts of our world, our societies, our humanity, to create the change that is needed. Like you have to go to the source, and the source is usually very difficult to get to. It has become solid or hardened because it's been there for so long. It's like the same concept as the human body becoming less flexible into adulthood, because after, you know, life hits you, basically everything becomes more tense, and you know, we resist more and we trust less, and our bodies are hurt by the stress that comes with adulthood in a way that makes our bodies literally harder, like harder tissue, stiffer muscles, things like that. And so this is the kind of energy that is needing to be broken up. So that's why it feels like difficult change, because we don't want to, we're not ready. It hurts. It hurts to change, right? So the fixed energy is creating this sort of, it's like intensity, like who's going to budge first, right? Who's going to go first? But I think the moon in Leo is saying, you guys, yes, I'm fixed energy too, but I can show you, like, the key is to listen to your heart. The key is to connect to the heart. So there's another thing that's happening on this day, and it is this exact conjunction between Venus and Pluto in Capricorn. And this is an intense level of desire and passion. And the fact that it is happening exactly on the day of the full moon is very significant. So to give you a little bit of a preview of the kinds of things that we're going to be talking about on the new show, The Magic of Venus, which starts next week on the 3rd at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, every Wednesday. Venus right now is in a phase called the surrendering and discovery phase. And this is the phase, and I talk about this in the podcast episode that goes live tomorrow. You can find it on any podcasting platform, Channel for Grace, Uncut Podcasts. This is the phase where Venus makes her 5 conjunctions with the moon. But she's also about to enter a new phase, which is called the immersion phase. This means that Venus is about to disappear from the sky. So if you know about her cycles, for 9 months, she's the morning star, and for 9 months, she is the evening star. But in between those 9 months, when she conjuncts the sun, whether she's retrograde or direct, she disappears from the sky because she literally gets burned out by the sun. So she's going to start making her journey all the way on the other side of the sun, where she's the farthest from Earth. And you can imagine how this can feel a little bit awkward. So if you think about it, she's on the other side of the sun, like out there staring off into the universe, right? And then who does she find out there? Well, none other than freaking Pluto. Okay? Like Pluto's like, hey, Venus, what's up? And Pluto in this situation resembles the mysterious unknown that Venus is being met with. This conjunction can cause deep, dark things to come up in relationships, the shadows to come to the surface. And we all know how that can go. And there's a but, if we're able to meet the shadows head on, to transmute them, which is the next phase that Venus will enter, where she will conjunct the sun in the emergent phase, we will reappear on the other side renewed. So remember also that Venus is about to move into the sign of Aquarius. So she's only 5 degrees away from moving into Aquarius, and that happens on February 1st. And she's going to join the epic, the party. She's going to join the Aquarius party, because this is legit an Aquarius party in the sky. If you guys can hold your questions till I'm done going over the astrology, that's going to make it a lot easier for me, because it's difficult for me to look at the chat and do the presentation at the same time. The phone is really far away from me. I can't even read it. But this conjunction is also bringing up a lot of the relationship issues and matters of business from 2020. So it's a look back and a re-evaluating where we're at and asking ourselves, are we ready for the next phase? But you guys, this isn't even it. That's not even it. That's just the full moon. Tomorrow is an epic day because it's a full moon, but not just that, because look at the sun and Jupiter exactly at 9 degrees. Okay, this transit is no joke. This is what makes tomorrow even more powerful. So what does it mean for the sun to be conjunct Jupiter? We call this a Sun-Jupiter day. It happens when the sun conjuncts Jupiter. It happens when the sun sextiles Jupiter. It happens when the sun trines Jupiter. These are the powerful activations of prosperity in our lives, abundance, good luck, expansion. It's good for starting new projects. This energy is really powerful. And not to mention the fact that every single planet is direct. Pluto direct, Venus direct, Saturn direct, Jupiter direct, Mercury direct, Neptune direct, Chiron direct, Uranus direct, Mars direct. All the planets are direct. And this is like, there are no boundaries. There are no walls. Like it's open field. And that's the energy that we're being projected forward towards the new moon that will happen around, I think it's 23 degrees of Aquarius in 2 weeks. So if you're wondering, is this time for me to, start that project or get that thing going? Yes, this is definitely the time to do it, because you'll know that in just a few days. And starting something can be like putting it down on paper and starting the intention of it, or actualizing some piece of it. You don't have to like do it all now, because things take time. But this is a time to initiate the process. So in a couple of days, on Saturday, Mercury is going to go retrograde. And we won't have that opportunity anymore, because Mercury is going to be in this crazy retrograde, which we're going to talk about in the special winter season webinar that you can sign up for. The link is in the description. But that is, there's a very short window of opportunity here. That's why this full moon is a full activation. Let it roar, baby. That's exactly what needs to happen. There's a couple of more things that are really wild. So as you know, I am taking a course called Beyond the Planets 2. I took Beyond the Planets 1, and that is how I learned basically all about the fixed stars. And why I was inspired to take that is because I wanted to do readings on starseed origins. And I've never had more readings booked in my entire life than this time, where I started doing the starseed reading. So if you want to know your starseed origins, I can look at the fixed stars in your chart and tell you literally where your soul comes from and what star family you're connected to. One thing that I learned literally yesterday is that there are black holes in the universe. I know that already, but there are black holes that are also, you can find them in the chart. And it turns out that 9 degrees of Leo, 6 degrees of Taurus, 18 degrees of Sagittarius, and 4 degrees of Aquarius, the moon, Uranus, the south node, and Saturn, okay, are all aligned with black holes in the universe. Dark, what we call dark stars, but these are portals. These are portals. When we think about what the black hole at the center of our galaxy is, the Milky Way galaxy is, that's the galactic center, right? Which is found at 27 degrees of Sag in that area. We know, the Pleiades have told us that this is actually where all the information comes from for our universe. And so if we're aligned with galactic centers or black holes, we have access to information from the universe. And we literally have 4 planets exactly on those points. So access to information here. Access to information here, access to information, and access to information. So the moon is going to channel the energies. The Uranus, which is our higher mind, is going to expand our mind and channel those energies too. The south node, our karmic connections, the past lives. And Saturn pretty much rules karma. And he has a connection to the south node because he's the lord of karma. I feel like this is like an intergalactic moon. Like, no joke. It's a full moon here on Earth, but it's connected to intergalactic energies. And you know what this tells me? This is the intuition. This is the channeled message that comes from these dark stars being connected here. Beings from other star systems are like coming through. They're coming through because Aquarius is an antenna. Aquarius is the antenna to the universe. Aquarius is an antenna to the unknown. It's the higher mind, and it's the electricity. So it rules our nervous system. And so I feel like right now is a time where like we're being activated multidimensionally and intergalactically, and that beings are literally traveling through these black holes to like enter our solar system. And then, I mean, this probably sounds like way out there for some of you that it's like your first time watching, but seriously, like we're not alone. Of course, we're not alone. This is obvious. We all know this, but I think beings are like doing intergalactic travel right now. And this moon is really opening up those portals. Anyways, that's what I channeled from that message. So the last thing I want to talk about, and that's why this moon is like, it's no joke, right? The other thing I want to talk about, let me switch back over here, is the Sabian symbols. So you guys ready for the Sabian symbols? Thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight. We're almost done, but all this stuff is really fascinating to me. So 9 degrees of Leo. Sounds like Howard the Duck. I don't know Howard the Duck. This golden info. Yeah, right? Your Jupiter, Rebecca, is at 9 degrees of Leo. Ooh, that's cool. When he says, wait, what? I've been watching Stargate SG-1 and black holes are no joke. I know. It's crazy. Okay, so Sabian symbols and Chandra symbols for the moon. This is the Sabian symbol for 9 degrees of Leo. At sunrise, the servants are cleaning up after an all-night feast. They pick their way through the sleeping revelers and select some of the more wholesome food for themselves. What does this mean? This is discrimination in taste, enjoying the richest and the finest. This is gratitude for the abundant pleasures of life versus jaded overindulgence in unhealthy pleasures. This is about realizing one's desires, even the most depraved, through the power of money. This is lifestyles of the rich and decadent. This is surrendering to a nightmare of gluttony, excess, and abandon versus coming to the end of some fantastic ordeal. This is the power of the light to expose evil. Like, wait, what? This is the power of the light to expose evil. It couldn't stand the light of day. This is business dealings in luxury goods. This is fine dining or fashion, expressing one's personal style in everything one does. This is surrealistic, outrageous commentaries on the obscene discrepancies between the classes. This is about controlling one's sensual appetites versus being controlled by them, and taking a fresh look at one's life. So the one thing that stood out to me is the light exposing I'm like, what? It's kind of crazy. This is a really intense Sabian symbol. And you have to take it symbolically, okay? Yeah, exactly. Love it. I do too. So the Chandra symbol is actually really cool too. So 9 degrees of Leo, which is the Chandra symbol, is this. This is funny. A man putting olive oil all over his body. A man putting olive oil all over his body. Physical life is so much agony and so much ecstasy that it stretches your body's ability to move with the flux and ferment. You are called upon to behold yourself, to witness to the central flame, and to endow your personal embodied self with a daily rhythm of self-remembrance and self-revitalization. You can do nothing for anybody else unless you are whole within yourself. There is an urgent call, an inward steering to offer yourself the full power of your destiny path, to become bonded and fused with the truth of your being. There is also a transcendent power, a greater selfhood presence blessing, preserving, and sustaining your path in this world, so that the light can burn brighter through the joy in your heart and your vital physical embodiment given through yourself to all. That is what is up with this full moon in Leo. Epic, powerful, coming back to center. Our heart is the center, the heart of the lion, because Leo is the constellation of the lion. It's the strength card. This is the power that we are connecting to with this moon. So where is this happening in your chart? Let's go through the signs real quick. If you let me know in the chat, are you Aries, sun, moon, and rising? This is going to happen in your 5th house of creativity. So your creativity and your passion is being awakened by this moon. If you're a Taurus, sun, moon, and rising, this is happening in your 4th house of the home. So you're learning how to express yourself. You're getting an opportunity to express yourself at home. Gemini, sun, moon, and rising, this is happening in your 3rd house of communication. So you're really going to want to speak about it. You're really going to want to talk about it, express yourself, like talk, because that's what you need to do right now. For Cancer, sun, moon, and rising, this is happening in your 2nd house of finances, but also values and your own sense of security. So you're wanting to find your center. You're wanting to find your grounding within everything that's going on and have that really anchor you into your life and get rid of all those insecurities, because you have to remind yourself that you are beautiful, you are abundant, you are amazing, and you just have to keep shining your light bright. Leo, of course, this is happening in your 1st house. So this is an activation of yourself, of your identity, of how you express yourself, of how you literally show yourself to the world, how you present yourself to the world. This is very powerful energy coming through, and it's going to be seen. It's going to be available for everyone to see and experience because it's who you are. Virgo, sun, moon, and rising, this is happening in your 12th house of the mystical, of the divine, of connection to the higher centers, the higher chakras. What you're going to feel is you like a light is literally, the moon is illuminating your 12th house. So that means that your psychic powers, your intuition, all of these things are becoming stronger, because the moon is all about our intuition, but in Leo it really wants to have fun. So if you have spirit guides, angels, teachers that you connect with, this is time to connect with them and let them, give you, channel information, but also have fun with these energies. That sounded kind of funny. If you're a Libra, sun, moon, and rising, then this is happening in your 11th house. The moon is illuminating your 11th house of friendships, of acquaintances, of networks of people, also of, you showing up for the world, sharing your light with the world. And that's what you're going to feel inspired to do, is to really share your light with the world. And it's very beautiful, and you have to do it because that's what people need from you. Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. This is happening in your 10th house of career. So you need to step up. Like, you need to step up your game when it comes to career, whatever, this also with everything that I just mentioned. If you whatever house this is happening in for you, that's where you also have the opportunity to shine bright in terms of the Sun Jupiter conjunction too, because there's a connection to this full moon. So you have to let yourself speak up at work and in your career. Let your light shine out and let people know that you are there and that you care and that you're coming from your heart. If you're a Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, that means that this is happening in your 9th house, and this is a spiritual activation for you. This is integrating things that you have learned since the last new moon that we had, which was a new moon in Capricorn, which was a really powerful new moon. But since that last moon, you're integrating it now. It's coming into full fruition, this powerful spiritual integration in your life. It's like an awakening that you're finally realizing why it's all happening, and you're receiving those downloads. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is happening in your 8th house. This is change, death, change, transformation, transmutation, the energies of the scorpion, the energies of the snake, the energies of the eagle, and the energies of the phoenix. So any part of that process you may be experiencing, but with the Leo moon, it's like that's the fire of transformation. That's literally the sun. That it can, the fire can burn things, but then the phoenix rises from the ashes. So it is also, in a sense, a type of transformation and transmutation in your life where you're getting rid of and letting go of things that don't matter and that they don't serve you anymore, and moving forward towards new horizons and the unknown. But it's exciting because now you have this beautiful light that's shining your way forward. For Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, this is happening in your 7th house of relationships. So this is about relating to people. This is about communicating to people. It's opposing you, which is your sense of self, but it's also giving you an opportunity to see the light in everybody else, to see the individuality in everybody else, to see where people come from, and to shine your own heart and to show people where you come from and your individuality and your inner soul. So it's a beautiful activation for you as well in relationships. And for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising, this is happening in your 6th house. So this is work. This is being in the here and the now. This is anchoring yourself to the 3-dimensional reality. This is your everyday schedule. So you got to think of you first, because in this case, it's like if you do too many things for other people, you're gonna overdo it. Although Leo, the fire of Leo never dies, and so you have an opportunity. You have the strength that comes with the moon that's lighting up this area of your life, but you also have an opportunity to make this about you and take care of yourself and do what you want, the things that make you feel good in your everyday life, to help you continue to move forward with strength and with enthusiasm and with passion. And so that is what is happening, you guys. I want to thank you so much, everyone, for showing up tonight. I apologize if the connection was a little bit funky. I'm just trying to figure the internet out, so please be patient with me. For sure, tomorrow we'll be live again at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to do the ceremony to activate these energies. So this astrology video always comes in a pair. And the pair is like, I do the astrology video and then we have the moon event. So make sure you come back tomorrow night. Yes, if you guys have questions, just put them up in the chat now, because I will take some questions if you have them. But this is a really strong energy. So don't feel weird if you're feeling a little out there. If you're feeling a little bit like, oh my God, I don't know if I can handle this. It's normal. It's normal to feel that way in life in general. You're welcome. It's so awesome to see you guys post in the chat what your energy is, what your sun, moon, and rising is. Smile says, I've been feeling these energies so strong lately. I cannot imagine what it would be like in the next months. Yes, there's a lot of change coming for sure. This is getting us ready. We have to know where we stand in our heart space. Thank you to all of the moderators for being here. And there was one question that I saw earlier that I wasn't able to answer. I think it was from Lisa. But I don't know if I'll be able to find it. Something about, I think, is it harder for Aquarius moons emotionally right now? Actually, I feel like for Aquarius moons, it's probably really like activating. It's like an activation that can be overwhelming because Aquarius does rule the nervous system. So, but yes, it also can be an emotional experience because you're trying to understand what the hell's going on energetically. Yes, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys again to all the moderators for being here. Make sure you check out the links in the description of the video. We've had winter webinar happening this weekend. Podcast episode number 10 going out tomorrow morning. You'll be able to listen to it, all about the magic of Venus. We have a new show coming up next week called The Magic of Venus on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. So make sure don't miss out on that. I'm going to have a special guest here who's actually Chandra Sangat. You can follow her as well. And if you're interested in diving deep into learning astrology, learning how to navigate with the cycles of the moon, learning about the fixed stars, learning about the goddess markings in your chart, learning about the 13 moon centers, then please join me for the Moon Goddess training, which starts on February 11th. But the special pricing ends tomorrow. And the special pricing is $108, and then it goes up to $222. So again, thank you guys so much. Someone asked when to bury their crystals. Bury their crystals. That's interesting. I don't think I've heard of that. I guess whenever you intuitively feel drawn to. I really haven't heard of that. Burying your crystals. You mean to anchor them? To cleanse them? It could be a way of cleansing. I usually put them out for the new moon in the moonlight, so that they can literally absorb the light of the moon. And there's been studies done to what the light of the moon does. So like moonlight bathing is a really important thing for you to do whenever you can, especially during the summer when there's full moons. But also putting your crystals out and letting the light of the moon really charge your crystals up. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. I will be here tomorrow night at the same time. And I hope that you have an amazing rest of your day. Sat Nam. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.